He pulled a machete on the feds from Decoy Voice. What? Excuse me? I was curious, so let's check it out.
Every day the ICE raids increase. We're reminded why we needed the ICE raids in the first place, as despite the Democrats' best efforts, the feds continue to make arrests in Los Angeles, until they came across this spry young gentleman that thought he was in the third world and apparently antagonized federal law enforcement with this machete, to which they quickly caught up with him.
What?
And even though he attempted to flee on foot,
Why?
he was completely surprised to
Like, these people think that they're in some crazy random country in South America still.
find the feds don't mess around, rolling up on him with multiple
And we almost became that. We almost became that. We got to put criminals in jail. We have to deport people who were not supposed to be here.
SUVs and agents looking like they're straight out of Call of Duty, unlocking all the premium DLC, as he looks utterly shocked at his arrest. Then the Border Patrol posted this on Instagram, stating he taunted Border Patrol agents with a machete, but they identified him utilizing facial recognition technology.
Holy shit, what? Okay, well that's a little dystopian. I don't like that, but sure.
Finding he's a Mexican national already wanted
Oh,
for
you don't
burglary
say.
in LA. Interesting
wow.
how difficult it is to come by this particular story of a machete-wielding imbecile already wanted for burglary finally getting arrested, as the mainstream media seems very concerned whenever the feds make an arrest, but conveniently ignore every time they actually get someone we wouldn't want in our communities.
Yeah, he's just a Los Angeles man. What do you mean? He's just an LA man.
It's almost like this selective
He's a family
reporting
man.
isn't about protecting the people, it's about something
You have no proof that he's affiliated with gangs.
much more
Or the
nefarious,
cartel.
as LA's top Karen, Mayor Karen, doesn't care about violent criminals hurting citizens, only focusing on protecting non-citizens.
What do you think is the most valuable pushback against things like this for people who object to it?
These people are fucking demons, man.
Well, I can tell you when they were doing the random snatching or kidnappings of people off of our
What?
streets, when people gathered, they backed away on many
Dude, we need to get these people out of there. And like, look at, she's got the plastic surgery face.
occasions. And so in Los Angeles, we have a rapid response network where everybody is alerted. If you see masked men getting out of unmarked cars, let everybody in the area know.
She said the same thing a month ago.
And so when the raid started, fear spread. The masked men in unmarked cars, no license plate, no real uniforms, jumping out of cars with rifles and snatching people off the street.
And the same thing a month before that.
I would say stop the raids. Stop the raids, period.
I would say stop the crime. Stop the criminals. You know, how about that? Well, that wasn't happening. So now it's going to be forced to happen.
All to have absolutely zero impact on ICE's ability to enforce the law in Los Angeles. I've never seen someone with so much authority, speaking on something so excessively and yet consistently accomplishing nothing. It's actually impressive to be this ineffective at anything.
It's almost like all these positions are fucking fake. And there's other people behind the scenes pulling the strings.
The law of probability says she should have at least accidentally predicted something. But let's look at another equally pressing issue in LA, like the rampant homelessness. She briefly visited one of the many homeless encampments in the valley, even posting about her visit on social media, bragging about helping 30 people.
I'm standing
Wow,
here
30
in
people.
Van Nuys in one of the most dangerous encampments that I have seen.
Yeah, one of the most dangerous ones that she has seen. Because she hasn't seen any other ones. So by default, this one's the most dangerous.
In my time as mayor, it is operations like this that is why homelessness is down for the second year in a row.
It's down because it wasn't reported.
One, she brags about homelessness being down despite
And it's almost the same anyway.
Dalton pointing out it may be because of the amount of homeless deaths. As that
Wow.
math suggests there's more homelessness under her watch, it's just outpaced by the increased homeless deaths under her watch. But Bass doesn't
Yeah, it's probably that Fetty.
let silly
You know?
things like facts detract her from bragging about her horrifying failures. As honestly, a large part of the reason I left Los Angeles is because of the homelessness around my apartment. Karen saying she's cleaning up a single encampment is the equivalency of your home having an insect infestation. Sweeping up one tiny corner of your living room, posting on social media how you moved a couple roaches into their own taxpayer-funded apartment, but then opening the front door and leaving out a couple pizzas to make sure you always have an insect problem that you can campaign on fixing, which even forces local NBC affiliates to admit the Democrats can't fix this.
And why he believes yesterday's cleanup won't have a long-term impact.
It's just a continuing problem where it gets cleared, comes back,
And it keeps getting worse. And I think it's going to keep getting worse. It's going to keep getting worse and worse and worse until it's just straight up Mad Max out there.
sometimes gets bigger. Our mayor says the numbers are down, yet, you know, it's still here.
And also, like, you keep giving these accommodations to homeless people and you keep allowing the homeless problem to persist and you keep giving them special treatment. More people from other areas are going to just flock to those areas and become homeless.
They do anything they want here.
Less than 2 blocks
That's
away
crazy.
on Hollywood Boulevard at Wilton, NBC4 covered a series of fires last year that started in encampments and how the city cleared the encampments just before the annual Ciclavia bicycling event. Johnson says he expects the cycle with encampments disappearing and reappearing.
Yep, there you go, Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen.
Continue.
They can put a band-aid on their problems all they want. Temporarily cleaning up a single section of the city does nothing if they're not going to actually criminalize criminally insane drug addicts. It sounds incredibly harsh, but reality oftentimes is. But what's even worse is our leaders actually know how to solve this issue, they just won't. We saw it in San Francisco in 2023, looking like a zombie apocalypse, and literally overnight, that city was cleaned up.
This is what they actually want it to look like, though. They want to be able to have every area look like this. They want to lock people down. If they can't do that, then they're going to have chaos in the streets. That's how they're going to control people. They're going to control people one way or another.
Turning into a dystopian nightmare. All because California Governor Newsom's communist friends from China came by to visit, to which he admits.
I know folks say, oh, they're just cleaning up this place because all those fancy leaders are coming into town. That's true.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Yeah.
And right after, the city immediately returned to squalor, as apparently cleaning up the city is only reserved for impressing foreign elites, not the common Californian taxpayer.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah. I care about all of the people that are gonna make you more money and give you deals. And fuck Americans. Because they can't do anything about it. They have to be here. They're Americans. They can't leave. They're going to keep voting for this, and they're not going to leave because they think that everything is the problem except what the actual problem is.
And I bring up homelessness and immigration in the same story, as just like homelessness not impacting their lives, not a single unvetted individual gets to live amongst Mayor Karen or Governor Newsom. It's just you, the citizen, that's forced to get groceries next to machete-wielding burglary suspects. And the more Governor Newsom gets his shifty mitts on anything, the worse it gets. As 7 months ago, we covered how they both botched the wildfire response. And any given day, wildfires...
But disasters happen. It's natural disasters happen. Decoy Voice. Yeah, but this many blunders, you know, it's stacking. Awful lot of debuffs over there.
Still cover large parts of the state, with many of them still sitting at 0% containment.
It's funny, like, nowhere else really has all these problems.
But what's our governor...
These are the kind of problems you get in SimCity whenever you're mismanaging your city.
Newsom focused on?
Everything goes wrong.
To what's happening in Texas, and we will
Every
notify
turn.
what happens in Texas. We will pick up 5 seats with the consent of the people.
At 7 a.m., warning President Trump about redistricting and how he is America's favorite governor. 3 hours later, tweeting about how California crime is down and how President Trump is crooked. And 4 hours after that, still ranting about Trump, then saying he is the most handsome governor. I can't believe we're paying tax dollars
That sounds like some straight up North Korea bullshit.
To a guy that spends his entire day.
Like, actually, I don't poop like the rest of you. I use up so much energy that I do not poop.
Hey, talking about Trump like he's his disgruntled ex-girlfriend and having his press team tweet about how handsome and popular he is. A huge percentage of his state is on fire, with the other parts riddled with machete-wielding maniacs, and that last part is just homeless people. But at least our tax dollars are focusing on the important things, like coddling a grown toddler's fragile ego. As I'm even wearing this Spencer for Governor shirt, almost as a joke, as this is the guy from that MTV reality show. But at Spencer Pratt on IG is actually making a comeback, exposing all the shady things happening with the wildfire recovery around.
I had no idea this was happening.
Around his LA home. It almost makes me forgive him for all the things he said about LC. Does that mean I watched The Hills as a kid? You can't prove that. But more importantly, do I think any of this qualifies him for elected office? Absolutely not. It's just at this point, we'd gladly accept a former teenage reality TV star over Governor Newsom, who just acts like he's a teenage reality TV star. So if you appreciate my concise...
Dude, I think we're entering some weird territory where we've got people who are like online people making TikToks and YouTube channels and whatnot are going to start getting into positions of power. Because all the old people are getting aged out or getting voted out because people are on the internet. And these people that aren't on the internet are getting left behind, and we're starting to notice. People are starting to notice, like, hey, these people are kind of out of it. They have no idea what they're doing. They're crazy, and they don't realize that we can see literally every move that they make. And they're just going to be out pretty soon. Like, you're going to have to get with it. Like, comment, subscribe. Ring the bell for all notifications.